I wanted to make a video for those of you that feel like you're just stiff and inflexible, because I used to feel that way too. I used to think that I was just an quote-unquote inflexible person, that it wasn't in my genetics, or whatever that means. I thought I was naturally better at strength and explosiveness, but flexibility wasn't my thing. And I found out that really it was because of two things. I wasn't training flexibility, and I wasn't doing it in a consistent way. And secondly, I was just doing kind of half-assed, sort of relaxed stretching as a warm-up. So, going to the gym and doing things like this, or things like this, or everyone knows this half-assed runner stretch, where you go like this, and you're not really stretching your quad, you're kind of stretching your back. We do these things as something that we think that we're supposed to do, but we don't ever really train flexibility in a systematic way. And I think that's a shame, because your level of flexibility and control really determines your freedom in your movement and what you have access to do with your body. So first of all, I think that everyone needs to train flexibility in a progressive, consistent way, using the edge of their range of motion. So I'm going to show you a typical stretch that helps open up the shoulders. So if you want to be able to get your shoulders overhead to help with climbing or handstands or crawling on the ground, whatever it might be, a lot of people use this stretch. Now, this stretch is fine and it's good, but if you're just relaxing into a stretch, you're not sending the signal to your body that this is a range of motion that you have control over. And when we don't tell our bodies that we can control the movement, it doesn't really give us access to it, at least not consistently. I can stretch like this and really open my shoulders, but the next day, that range of motion is going to be lost because I haven't sent that signal of neural drive to my tissues to tell my brain and my body that I can control this range of motion and I have strength here. So what we want to do with this typical stretch is, yes, start out with getting your feet back, your butt back, and stretching into the position, making sure that I'm not flaring my ribs. So making sure when I'm stretching here, I'm not just flaring my ribs out. We don't want that. So keep them locked and down. As you stretch, you're going to get to your end range, hold this here for about 30 seconds or so. And once you do that, then you're going to press into the surface. This could be a counter, it could be a desk like I'm using, whatever works for you. You're gonna press in gently, increasing the amount of tension. Then you're gonna hold that tension for about 20 seconds. So stretch in, relax, stay here for about 30 seconds, then press in. I'm trying to push this table down into the ground. I'm going to do that for about 20 seconds, and that works on this edge of my shoulder, right? So I'm pressing in this way, but we want to use also the opposite action to open our shoulders actively. We're going to do that with the back of our shoulders. So next, after I do that 20 seconds, then I'm going to try to lift off my shoulder from the table. So pulling, and I'm going to do that for about 20 seconds. It doesn't necessarily matter if you get your shoulder actually off of the table. What matters is you feel these muscles back behind your shoulder engaging and working. So again, to sum it up, find a stretch where you want to get more range of motion, more freedom in your joints. It could be your hips, your shoulders, your spine, your ankles, whatever it is that you need to work on. Find a stretch that you would normally do passively and make it a bit more active by pressing both this way and this way. So both directions with that joint. You're going to open up a lot more control, and you're going to open up a lot more range of motion when you do it that way. So I want to challenge you, if you think you're just not a flexible person, try this for a month and see what happens for you.